You know that moment, right? You try something, uh, everyone's raving about, but for you, it just doesn't click.
Yeah, it feels kind of awkward, maybe. Or just off.
Exactly awkward, maybe even pointless, and your immediate reaction is just to dismiss it. Nope, definitely not for me.
Mm-hmm.
But what if that initial sort of disconnect is actually a signal you're on the verge of? Well, some profound learning.
That's a really interesting thought.
Today, we're taking a deep dive into exactly that. Why some of the most valuable lessons, maybe the most profound experiences, don't feel good at first.
And we're using the unexpected world of Pilates as our main guide here.
Right. Okay, let's unpack this. Our mission today is to understand the difference between that quick hit, that immediate gratification, and what you might call true transmission of knowledge or skill.
And why sometimes, actually, not pleasing everyone is a sign of real integrity, maybe even deep value.
So where are we drawing this from?
What's fascinating here is our primary source. It's an article originally in French called On ne peut pas plaire à tout le monde, which translates pretty directly to you can't please everyone.
Okay.
And it digs into client experiences in Pilates studios, but honestly, it challenges a lot of conventional wisdom about customer satisfaction way beyond just Pilates. It offers a really sharp lens on this whole idea.
Interesting. So let's jump right into the core story from that article because it really sets up this paradox perfectly.
Okay.
Picture this. You've got a regular Pilates student. She loves her reformer classes. She finally talks a friend into coming along with her.
Right, the classic bring a friend scenario.
Exactly. And this isn't just any studio. It's well regarded. The instructor, Caroline Berger de Femini, she's highly experienced. The method itself, deeply structured.
Sounds like a good setup.
But the friend, she's never even seen a reformer machine before. Her first reaction is just, it's strange, even anxiety-inducing, apparently.
Oh, wow. Okay, so apprehension from the start.
Big time. She ends up going, but you can tell her enthusiasm is, well, let's just say minimal.
Uh-huh. So the class starts.
Yeah, the class begins, and the instructions start coming. Neutral pelvis, core activation.
Terms that sound like maybe a foreign language if you're new.
Totally. Lateral breathing, thoracic cage control, all fundamental to Pilates, but utterly bewildering if you're just walking in.
So the friend is just lost.
Completely lost. Trying to copy people, feeling incredibly clumsy. The teacher offers gentle corrections, trying to help.
Like she doesn't really get them.
Doesn't quite grasp them. And so by the end of the class, her verdict is just blunt.
What did she say?
She said, I don't understand anything. I didn't feel anything. I didn't sweat. I hated it.
Oof. That's pretty clear feedback.
You can almost feel the awkward silence after that, can't you? Her friend who brought her is probably just sinking into the floor.
Yeah, definitely.
But then, and here's where it gets really interesting. Despite that really strong negative reaction, the friend says,
She's coming back.
She says, I'm going to sign up anyway, once a week. And she does. She commits to a full year of classes right then and there.
Wait, seriously? After saying she hated it?
Yeah.
Why?
So what on earth made her do that? It wasn't the feeling, obviously.
No, clearly not.
It was her research. She didn't just react emotionally. She actually went and looked into the studio, Pilates Paris.
Ah, okay. Due diligence.
Exactly. She found out it had been around for over 17 years. She learned that the instructor, Caroline, actually trains other Pilates teachers.
Oh, that's significant. Trains the trainers.
Right. And the studio was still standing strong even after the whole COVID crisis. So the friend's conclusion was basically, look, if a method in a studio can last that long, train professionals, survive a pandemic,
There must be something to it.
there must be secrets, as the article puts it, that she needed to understand before really judging it. She saw the consistency, the expertise, not the immediate comfort.
That's actually really insightful of her. Trusting the track record over the initial feeling.
It's fascinating, isn't it? And it brings us to a really fundamental point the source makes about Pilates itself. It's often deeply misunderstood.
Yeah, it's not your typical high-energy cardio class, definitely not a dance workout.
Yeah.
The source really emphasizes it's not a sensational sport designed to give you that immediate high, that quick buzz.
So what is it then?
Pilates, according to this perspective, is a method. It demands time. It demands deep listening, precision. It's really about educating and correcting your body's patterns.
Educating and correcting, not just distracting or flattering you with a, tough workout feeling.
Exactly. It's not trying to distract you. It's trying to refine you.
And I guess that's precisely why it can feel so disorienting, especially now in our culture of like instant gratification for everything.
Right. We expect effort to equal sweat, right?
Hmm.
Or efficacy means feeling sore immediately or seeing calories burned on a watch.
Yeah, those are our usual benchmarks.
But Pilates kind of displaces those benchmarks.
Mm.
It works deeply, more internally. It often doesn't cause immediate soreness, and the results are usually quick or, flashy.
It sounds like it's asking the body to actually slow down to rebuild things more carefully.
Precisely.
Mm.
Slow down to rebuild, and that inherent quality, that slowness, that subtlety,
Hmm.
as the source says, that's why it doesn't please everyone. It really challenges our expectations of what learning or exercise should feel like.
So this initial rejection, it's not just a Pilates thing.
Oh, definitely not. The source makes it clear this happens with any kind of demanding, slow, subtle method, anything that requires us to actually unlearn old habits before we can build new ones.
Unlearning. That
Right.
sounds uncomfortable in itself.
It is. It's inherently uncomfortable because, well, it's new, and maybe more importantly, it kind of touches the ego.
How so?
Well, think about it. If you're being corrected, maybe gently, but still corrected,
Yeah.
if you don't understand instructions right away, if the teacher's voice isn't super, seductive, or the room isn't perfectly reassuring,
Or if you just feel like you're not doing as well as the person next to you.
exactly. All those things amplify the discomfort. You feel vulnerable, maybe a bit inadequate.
And what are the typical things people say when they feel that?
Right.
What are the common criticisms?
Oh, the article lists quite a few classic ones. I don't understand what she says, or she corrects me too much, or the opposite, she doesn't correct me enough,
Uh-huh.
or I don't feel anything, I'm not sweating. And the big one, I prefer real sport.
Right. The real sport comparison.
Yeah. And if we connect this to the bigger picture, this kind of reaction, these complaints, they often mask a deeper fear, don't they?
A fear of.
Of being wrong,
Oh.
of not being good enough, of failing to do well immediately. It's almost like a struggle with allowing ourselves to be beginners with humility.
So if these places, like Biopilates, aren't focused on those quick fixes or immediate gratification, what is their core mission? Is there this fundamental tension then between just trying to please clients and actually trying to transmit something deeper?
Absolutely. The article really frames it as a fundamental tension, especially in the whole well-being industry.
Okay.
You see a lot of studios, maybe most, prioritizing what they call the client experience. You know the vibe. Dimmed lights, maybe some catchy music, a very warm, welcoming atmosphere.
And often, promises of quick transformation, right, get results fast.
Exactly. And look, that approach works. It can be very effective in attracting people, at least for a time, as the source puts it.
But then you have these other studios, maybe rarer ones, like Biopilates, that choose a different path entirely.
They do. They prioritize transmission, precision, correction, continuity.
So what are they looking for then, if not just happy customers right away?
What these studios seem to be seeking are not just clients to be, charmed or placated. They're looking for engaged practitioners.
Engaged practitioners.
Yeah. Human beings who maybe slowly, little by little, start to rediscover their alignment, their breath, their posture, their balance. They essentially want students, not consumers.
Students, not consumers. That's a really powerful distinction. It makes total sense because Pilates, at its core, as you said, it's a method, it's a pedagogy, a way of teaching.
Right.
And any real teaching, any true pedagogy needs certain things, right? It needs specific foundational elements.
Like what?
Like time, humility, repetition, definitely a human relationship between teacher and student, and a clear framework. You need structure.
Mm-hmm. Structure and patience.
Exactly. So these studios, they aren't trying to please everyone. Their goal isn't universal appeal. It's more like profoundly transforming those who do choose to stay and engage.
And we often make this assumption that students or people in general always want spectacle or just immediate pleasure.
Yeah, that's the common wisdom, I guess.
But the source really challenges that. It argues that what many students are truly seeking, maybe even unconsciously, is sense or meaning.
Sense. Meaning. In what way?
Meaning in movement, meaning in words, meaning in the journey itself, meaning in the process of self-discovery through the body.
Okay, I think I get that. But that kind of sense, that deeper meaning, it's not something you can just like sell in a package deal.
Exactly. It's not sold. It's definitely not packaged in marketing slogans. You can't force it.
So how does it develop?
It's felt, session after session. It happens when those small, Maybe seemingly insignificant adjustments, like a tiny shift in how you hold your pelvis, or a change in your breath pattern, or feeling your foot support you differently. When those things are finally understood,
Ah, it's that aha moment.
it's the click, that profound moment where it makes sense and it leads to that feeling of really being at home in one's body.
That sounds incredible, actually.
And absolutely central to making that possible is the teacher, their integrity.
Right. The teacher's role is crucial here.
They have to be, as the article puts it, solid, trained, rooted. It specifically mentions Caroline Berger de Femini again.
The instructor from the story.
Yeah. Highlighting her Stott Pilates certification way back in 2007.
Yeah.
And crucially, the fact that she trains future instructors. That says a lot. She's constantly observing, adjusting, listening.
So her approach then is that she doesn't seek to convince people. She allows time. That feels really important.
It's critical, isn't it? Because as the source suggests, a good teacher doesn't need to seduce, they need to transmit.
Transmit, not seduce.
Exactly. So let's go back to that friend, the one who hated the first class.
Yeah, why did she sign up for a whole year?
It was precisely her lack of understanding, her confusion in that first session, that actually intrigued her.
Really? The confusion itself?
Yes. Instead of just rejecting it and walking away, the article says she decided to investigate.
Oh, okay.
She saw the studio's longevity, right?
Right.
Over 17 years. She noted the teacher's expertise, the fact she trains other teachers. She saw the stability still there after the COVID crisis.
She put the pieces together.
She sensed this underlying coherence, stability, expertise. And that's what made her want to stick around and actually understand it, rather than just react to her initial discomfort.
The source calls this posture, this reaction of hers, rare and even magnificent.
It is pretty rare, isn't it, to lean into confusion like that?
Yeah, most of us will probably just walk away. So what does this all mean? What's the bigger takeaway here beyond just Pilates? This isn't only about exercise classes, surely.
Oh, not at all. The article presents studios like Pilates as these little microcosms of authentic pedagogy, of real teaching and learning.
Microcosms. Okay.
They show this potential journey, maybe starting with incomprehension, even rejection, but leading eventually, for those who stick with it, to recognition and deep understanding.
But that approach takes guts, right, from the studio side.
Immense courage. The courage not to please everyone. It requires constancy to teach the same demanding standards week in, week out, even when it's not popular. And it requires real faith in the method, in the human body, in the capacity to learn, even when people are complaining or don't get it right away.
So thinking about our world today, a world that often feels like it prioritizes, smoothing things over, focusing on image, on conformity, these kinds of demanding places, they feel increasingly rare.
They are rare, but the source argues they're also profoundly necessary.
Necessary in what way?
They function as refuges of meaning, as bastions of correct alignment, both physically and maybe metaphorically. They're laboratories of conscious movement, places where you come to truly inhabit their body, not just consume a service.
But for these places to actually work, to survive, they need a certain kind of student too, don't they?
Absolutely. They need curious students. They need patient students. They need students capable of saying, I don't understand without fleeing. People willing to sit with discomfort.
So this story, even though it's set in a Paris Pilates studio, it really feels like it applies universally. Anywhere where, rigor is taught, where someone holds firm against fleeting trends.
Exactly. Knowing that movement is a school of life, as the article puts it, it's a powerful reminder. No, you won't please everyone, but yes, you can transform lives.
What a strong message.
But there's a condition, right? It's on condition of not betraying one's foundations and remaining faithful to the essential. Don't compromise the core principles just to be popular.
So the core takeaway for you listening seems clear.
Yeah.
That initial discomfort, that feeling of awkwardness when you encounter something genuinely new and maybe profound, that feeling of not immediately getting it.
Yeah.
That's often exactly where the real learning, the valuable stuff begins. It's not a sign to run away necessarily.
So maybe the next time you step into a studio or engage with any new challenging idea or practice, and your first reaction is, I don't like this. Stay curious, just for a moment. Ask questions. Find out more. Ask, how long has this place or this idea existed? Who teaches it? Who are the experts? How do they work?
Look for the consistency.
Observe their consistency, their calmness maybe, their ability to teach or share without constantly trying to please or entertain.
Okay.
And perhaps, just perhaps, like the student in this story, you might discover that the very thing you didn't like
Yeah.
is precisely what you needed to encounter.